Hi. Have you ever asked these questions? How long is this cable? Is this Ethernet cable plugged into anything? Is this Ethernet cable plugged into a switch? Is this cable shorted? Is this cable plugged into a PoE port? Do my patch cords have all 8 conductors? Does this wall jack go back to anything? The tester I'm about to show you can do the following. It can measure cable length. It can transmit a digital or an analog tone to be used for tracing Ethernet, coax, or telephone cables that may or may not be documented. It will show you if the jack in the wall is terminated into an active switch, and if so, if this is a PoE port. It will show you if any Ethernet pairs are shorted together, or if pairs are reversed, or pairs are split. This will show you if your patch cords have all 8 wire continuity. It can identify jacks with patch panel locations by using remote ID locators. What we've purchased is a Fluke's Network Ms2 kit, a microscanner 2 kit. We got it from Annixter. It looks like this. It's got the main tester, it's got a probe, and it's got an accessory pack. We purchased it from Rick Schraub at Annixter for $775. We went on eBay, we went on Amazon, we went to Graybar, and they beat them all. Go figure. So as of a couple weeks ago, that was the price. So it comes with this accessory pack. In this accessory pack, what's included in here are remote ID locators. These locators you can put in the wall. It's got a RJ45 on one end. It's got a coax on the other end. So you can plug it in the wall. Each one of these locators has a specific number associated with it. So when you're testing a jack in the wall and back at the patch panel, it'll show up as locator 3, 4, 9, or 7, whatever. It goes up to 7. So you can, if your jack isn't labeled, hopefully your patch panel is, and then you could label, or vice versa, you could at least label your connectors. Also, what's included in here is a telephone, an RJ11. It's got a 4-contact 6-position ends on. Lastly, it's got a breakout cable for an RJ45, and it breaks out each cable into its individual wire. You got 8 wires here. These work great for testing telephone wires, but the telephone line's got to be de-energized. You don't want to be testing a live circuit with this. But to try and find out where a telephone wire is going, they work great. The tester itself consists of 2 parts. It's the main body, and it's got a cap that just comes off, just clips off. This is considered locator number 1. It's got a port for an RJ45 or a coax, and the tester itself has a RJ45 or coax too. In order to power up the tester, basically, all you have to do is just press the green on button. And what's going to happen is it's going to go through a little diagnostics. It's going to show you all the available features, and then it's going to go to the footage feature. So right now it's looking at the particular port, and this port that's set up on right now is the RJ45 port. What you can do is you can toggle between the coaxial port and the 45 port by just hitting the port button. So you'll see it going back and forth. So you want to make sure that if you're testing RJ45, you're on the RJ45 port. Otherwise, you'll plug it in and you'll get 0 footage, even though you got a cable in, but it's testing the coaxial port. So anyway, so we're set up on RJ45 right now. So I've got a few test cables that I had pre-made to show you what would happen. This particular cable has a pair short in it. So wires 1 and 2 are shorted together. So I've plugged it into the tester. The tester is going to take a look at it and determine that it's got something wrong. So when you have something wrong, the tester is going to come up with a little triangle and an explanation icon in the middle of it. So right now it's telling me that this cable is 6 feet long, it's got an X on the end, and we're looking through the wire map, and the wire map 1 and 2 are blinking, and you can see it's got a little continuation like it's shorted together. 3, 6, 4, 5, 7, and 8 are fine. There's no shorts on that one. So this cable's got a short in it. This cable, we've got an open. So it doesn't terminate all the way through. So what I have to do is I have to plug in the tester, the locator here. So this locator would be plugged in at another point in your wire path, either at another jack or wherever. So right now, this is coming up, and it's saying that we've got the triangle icon letting us know something's wrong, and it's an 8 foot. It's going into ID locator number 1, and 1 is going to 1, 2 is going to 2, 3 is going to 3, 6 is going to 6. All of a sudden 4 is not going any place. So we know wire number 4 is not terminated. Whether it's not terminated or punched down in the jack on this end or on the other end, we don't know that yet. So what you can do is you can start going back from the other way, testing patch cords or wires in the wall. Maybe that would tell you where it's not terminated. It could be a jack in the wall that's not terminated, it could be the patch cord, but at least you have a way to find out what's wrong. You know something's wrong. The next wire I got is crossed pairs. So the pairs are crossed in this one. So I'm hooking it up to the locator. To the tester. Now what's going to happen here is it's showing me I got an 8 foot cable going into ID pair or locator number 1, and it's showing me that 1 is going to 3, 2 is going to 6, 3 is going to 1, and 6 is going to 2. So this thing is crossed. They should be the other way around. So again, you've got the warning icon, the triangle, letting you know something's not right with this cable. Or wire path, I should say. This is a split pair problem. So we'll plug her into the circuit, and it comes up, and it's telling me I've got an 8 foot cable on locator 1, and you can see that 3, 6, 4, and 5 are flashing. So it's telling me with the icon here, it also has the word split underneath it to let you know that this pair, those pairs are split. So these wires got, even though they're split, they're not right. You'll degrade your system this way. Lastly, I've got a patch cord I'm plugging in, and it's telling me that this is a 7 foot patch cord going to locator number 1, and there's nothing wrong with it. This is a good patch cord. So you might want to do this to any questionable patch cords that you have. Again, this tester is very nice in the fact that it can test live circuits. So if you've got, say, a jack in the wall, and you're wondering if it's hooked up to a Ethernet port, maybe somebody took out a PC, it's long gone, the jack is there, and you're wondering, is this jack really plugged into anything? This tester will tell you. So I'm just taking this is a live jack, a live cord going into one of our PCs here, and I'm just going to plug it in. And what it's going to do is it's going to come up and it's going to tell me I've got a 119 foot path So this thing's going 119 feet. That obviously it includes the patch cord on this end and the other end, plus the wiring, whatever wiring there is in the wall. It's showing me that I've got a little icon here with a switch. So it's telling me that this 119 foot is plugged into a switch icon. It's also telling me that it's got a 10 or a 100, so it can go 10 or 100 on the network. So that's about it for this little guy. He's real easy to hold, real easy to use. It's pretty straightforward. I think the price is very competitive for what it does. So you may want to consider this if you don't have anything like this.